Hello, reader, and thank you for joining me for another Morpheme Matrices lesson. This week, we are going to be looking at words with the base words gram or graph. This is lesson number 1. So as I said, we will be looking this week at the base words gram and graph, and these words mean written or drawn. So gram and graph mean written or drawn. Gram and graph is a free root, which means it's a base word that can stand on its own as a word. Base words can have affixes added to them to create new connected words. And as a reminder, affixes means basically prefixes and suffixes. Now, this week's going to be a little bit different. We're going to be all over the place at times. We have a lot to look at. And throughout our lessons, I may be bringing in a prefix or a suffix that we haven't gone over yet to create a word just by making the combinations. So we have this list of prefixes. We have our base words, gram and graph, which mean written or drawn, and we have our suffixes. You can always come back to this page in the video to help you with any of the words. So this week, today for lesson 1, we're going to look at the first 4 prefixes. We have those right here. We have auto, which means self, bio, which means life, chrono, which means time, and demo, which means people. And as a reminder, gram and graph, written or drawn. So let's give it a try. We're going to start with the word graph, and we're going to write, we're going to add the prefix auto. Now, if we put those together, what do you think our word is? If you guessed autograph, you are correct. Now, judging by the meaning of our prefix and our base word, what do you think autograph means? Morphologically, the noun autograph consists of the Greek roots auto, which meaning self, and graph meaning write. Together, autograph means a person's handwritten signature, especially that of a famous individual. Or really, that could be you. Maybe you're the famous individual. As a noun, autograph refers to a signature that is given as a keepsake or collectible. But basically, an autograph is something that is written down by someone in particular, by themselves. In a sentence, you might say, after the concert, Jake waited in line for the singer to write his name on a poster. He couldn't wait to get her autograph. And of course, that would be used as a noun. Let's give another one a try. This time we're going to use gram, means the same thing as graph, and we're going to add the prefix bio. So as a reminder, gram means written or drawn, bio means life. If I put bio and gram together, what's our new word? Biogram. Now, this is a word that most of us in elementary school have never heard of, but let's put it together and let's see what it means. The noun biogram consists of the Greek roots bio, meaning life, and gram, meaning something written or recorded. Together, biogram refers to a written record or representation of a person's life, often in the form of biological data or a brief life summary. Some of you could probably put together a biogram about yourself. In a sentence, the scientists studied the biogram of the patient, which included detailed records of heart rate, sleep patterns, and other vital signs over time. This one you may have heard of. We're going to stick with graph, and we're going to add bio again. Of course, bio meaning life, graph meaning written or drawn. Now, I can't put bio and graph together. It doesn't make a real word, so I'm going to add one of our suffixes. Now, we haven't gone over this yet, but you're probably familiar with it. If you add y, it changes the definition to mean a subject or science. So it's going to be a subject or science of that. So if I add bio plus graph plus y, what would my word be? It's going to be pronounced differently. It's going to be biography. And based on what we know about what they mean, morphologically, the noun biography consists of the Greek roots bio, meaning life, and graph, meaning writing or recording. The addition of the suffix y turns it into a noun that refers to the practice or result of writing about a person's life. Together, biography means a written account of a person's life, including events and achievements. So the subject would be a person, and it'd be what's written down about their life. In a sentence, Emma checked out a biography of Abraham Lincoln from the library because she wanted to read about his life and accomplishments. And we have a few more to do today. Our next is going to be graph. This time we will add chrono. Chrono meaning time, graph meaning written or drawn. If I add those together, what's our new word? Chronograph. That's correct. Probably a word we're not familiar with. What do you think it means based on what we know? A chronograph, morphologically, is a noun, consists of the Greek roots chrono, meaning time, and graph, meaning writing or recording. Together, chronograph refers to a device that records or measures time, such as a stopwatch or a specialized watch with a timing function. So if you've ever seen a stopwatch, you've seen a chronograph. In a sentence, we might say, the coach used a chronograph to measure the runner's speed, carefully recording the time for each lap. We're going to stick with chrono again, and this time we're going to change it from graph to gram. If we do that, what's our new word? Chronogram, that's right. And chrono, of course, equals time. Gram, of course, equals written or drawn. If I add those together, what do you think our meaning is? Morphologically, the noun chronogram consists of the Greek roots chrono, meaning time, and gram, meaning something written or recorded. Together, chronogram refers to an inscription or phrase in which certain letters, often Roman numerals, indicate a specific date or time when added together. And I don't know if you've learned about Roman numerals yet, but it's definitely something worth looking into. In a sentence, you might write, the ancient monument featured a chronogram in which the highlighted Roman numerals reveal the year it was built. And our last word is, we're going to add demo to graph. And demo means people, and graph means written or drawn. Now here's the thing, I can't add those together by themselves. It's not a real word. So we're going to add the suffix er, which means one who. We're very familiar with that if you've watched our other lessons. If I add those together, what's our new word? And what does it mean? Our word is demographer. That's a word we're not familiar with. So demographer, morphologically, the noun demographer consists of the Greek roots demo, meaning people or population, graph, meaning writing or recording. The addition of the suffix er turns it into a noun that refers to a person who studies and records that information. So someone who's written down information about people. Together, demographer means a person who studies human populations, including their size, growth, and distribution. In a sentence, we might say, the demographer analyzed census data to understand how the city's population had changed over the past decade. Now, let's do some silent blending. Let's just do a short one for this lesson, just the words we've learned today. Don't say the word until we get to the red letters. You will see them in a minute. Let's get started. Autograph, biogram, chronograph, chronogram, demographer, biography. Thank you for sticking around to the end of the lesson, and until next time, happy reading.